Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Jake from Jake Sports Takes. How's everybody doing? Happy Super Bowl week. We are finally 5 days away from the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. The Pro Bowl games, I believe, are going to be starting here tonight, I believe. I want to, say, how's everybody? I hope everybody's doing good. Yes, the Pro Bowl games do start tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Should be very entertaining. I did read there were a couple more people who uh, dropped out, Jalen Ramsey and TJ Watt, and that put in Caleb Bullock and Kamari Lassiter for the Texans. Hey, good job to them. They were deserving of it beforehand. When you have four guys in your secondary who have four picks, they deserve to be in that. But anyway, it's another thing. To go on some stuff on Super Bowl week, the Las Vegas Raiders have hired Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, as their new head coach. Honestly, that isn't a bombshell to me. I kind of figured he was gonna go to Las Vegas. It's the better coaching move. None of these coaching moves really have shocked me, besides the one, LaFleur, which was and McCarthy, really. Otherwise, the rest of them, not all that much of a shocker to me. And by the way, if you guys are wondering, yes, I did shave my beard yesterday, and I got a little bit of a shaving cut on my chin, but I'm okay. Don't worry about it. My wife is out of town with the kids. She's in Mississippi visiting some friends and family. So hope she's having a good time. She'll be out of town. So anyway, Clint Kubiak is going to be hired as the head coach. Like I said, good decision. I think Las Vegas is going to improve a little bit. There's a lot of pieces they need. We know who's going to be the number one quarterback. Who's going to be the number one pick? It's not even we know who is going to be the number one pick. It's going to be Fernando Mendoza. Geno Smith might be a backup quarterback, but I mean, Fernando Mendoza should be the number one pick. But we will see what happens, and when free agency begins, we will see what happens with the NFL draft. The Senior Bowl happened I believe, last weekend. I mean, there's some big, the Senior Bowl, it shows a lot of ups and downs, who likely will draft stock rise, who's likely dropped. I do understand where they're coming from, but these are just scouts. They can say whatever they want. They can think whatever they want. But in my opinion, I don't think it matters to me. You look at tape, you study, and then you got the combine and coming up in later this month, I believe, or next month, to see where their statistical athleticism is. We will see what happens. Anyway, breaking news it's not breaking news. It happened last week, but I did not podcast. I only podcasted once last week. But Paul George was suspended 25 games for violating the NBA's drug policy. Honestly, it sucks. He's a very good player. But you know what? The thing is, I have to give him props for saying it was my fault. I made a mistake. It's on me. He's not blaming it on anybody else but himself. He's standing up as a man. That's the thing. Some of these guys who were implicated in the steroid thing, or even in the NFL with the performance-enhancing drugs, they stood up. He stood up and said, "It was my fault. I did it. I'm going to take my responsibility." Now, last week I mentioned Tom Brady was not going, or not Tom Brady, pardon me. Bill Belichick was not going to get in the Hall of Fame, which was, I think, a travesty for the Hall of Fame. Now, we've gone on, I said, you got 6 Super Bowls, you got 10 appearances, you got numerous Coach of the Year, you got second most wins in coaching history. You've also got the most playoff wins by a head coach. But I found out this morning Bill Belichick will not be eligible, is not going to be in the Hall of Fame this year. Now, do I agree? No, I don't. I mean, I think they're doing the same thing they did to Belichick because of the Spygate and Deflategate. I have to disagree with that 100%. I think it's garbage. You look at the athleticism, the play on the field. They were a great team. He drafted Tom Brady. He hired Bill Belichick. He made good decisions. The thing is, you can't put scandals on all of them, and then stop them from going to the Hall of Fame when they deserve it. Although I'm hoping offensive tackle from the Cincinnati Bengals, Willie Anderson, or Roger Craig finally get their Hall of Fame due. And that should be interesting for the modern era Hall of Famers like Larry Fitzgerald, who is pretty much a lock, and maybe even Luke Kuechly get in because of Eli Manning also was announced that he will not be in. So it should be interesting this week, last week. So anyway, Sunday we'll start Super Bowl 60. I will be podcasting on Sunday I am going to make my prediction right now. I've been thinking about it, and I've kind of taken a week to think about it. I like Seattle's veteran presence, and they have a little bit more experience. They got a little more of a veteran roster. I'm going to take Seattle, but it will be about I think 27-24, 24-21 game. I know. I think it's going to be a good game. Both Sam Darnold and Drake Bay have got the teams are almost mirror images of one another. This is another mirror image game of each other. That's why I see it being so close. Anyway, to finish that comment off, like I said, I will be podcasting. The Winter Olympics kick off later this week. I believe Friday is the official opening ceremony, but I believe there are events that are in like preliminary things, qualifying races that I believe start either tomorrow or Thursday, before the actual opening ceremony. I was I had a couple guys. I was with Eric and Kobe, and a couple other guys. Which is your favorite, the Summer or Winter Olympics? Honestly, I like both of them. I really don't. Would I rather compete in which one would I rather compete in? I'd probably rather compete in the Winter Olympics because, I mean, the sports are a little harder, but I think it would be more fun. But if I would pick a top 5 sport in both, let's go. I'm gonna go make this I would go top 5 sports in the winter and the Summer Olympics to watch. What would they be? We had that conversation. For the Winter Olympics, it would be hockey. It would be snowboarding. It would be skiing. It would be figure skating. And I have to say, and if anybody's wondering what biathlon is, it's basically skiing and shooting. I think it'd be kind of cool. I've never really shot, hunted or anything like that, done something like that. It would be an interesting thing. If I were to go to the Summer Olympics, track, basketball. This one might be a little out there, but I'm a big golf fan, so I gotta say golf. Swimming and gymnastics. I mean, some of these moves, these both male men and women make on gymnastics is just crazy. Personally, that and they're athletic, they're great. I think it's one of the funnest things. But I'm hoping that everybody from Team USA does really good. I just read former speed skater Aaron Jackson and somebody else, I can't remember who this other one was, will be doing the flag bearing for the United States, which, if anybody's wondering, that is basically, I believe the United States countries pick a person to put the flag on, like in for all the Olympic countries being represented, and they put it on the podium or whatever to introduce them to the Olympics and stuff like that. I believe that would be pretty cool, and then they come and all have a parade. What do they call a parade of nations, where they all come into the Olympic Stadium and get introduced, and there's a whole shebang. It probably takes 4 or 5 hours just to broadcast it, but it's a whole big show, music, dancing, kind of country kind of thing. I think it's pretty cool. It is a long time, but you know what? It's worth it. But now, one more thing before I finish up. Shirts are, like I said, next month coming. There will be 4 different colors of shirts. There will be a gray wash, a red, a white, and a blue. We have the main design covered, but we are probably going to get my the pages, the links of where you can view these, which is my Instagram, and I will give you that later in a minute. We are probably going to get a link up of if you potentially want to order one and have that. If you want one made or want one, you want to buy one to help support this podcast, it would be good. But that's up to you guys. I appreciate all the viewership and stuff like that. But great, thank you guys for supporting this. Now, the Olympics, like I said, I'm curious for my viewers what your favorite Olympics is. Is it the summer or is it the winter? And what events do you like to watch on the Olympics? I'd like to hear your guys' comments. Follow me on Instagram at Duke Nats Texans Fan 11 and at Jake Ferris on YouTube. Everybody have a great week. Enjoy watching the opening ceremony of the Olympics, the Pro Bowl games, the Super. I will post before the Super Bowl, probably to give an injury report and keys to the game and stuff like that in my MVP prediction. Everybody have a safe week. Enjoy your week, and peace out, my nerds.